Hi, it feels like I have not talked about books in a long time or a video specifically dedicated to books in this channel. But today I want to talk about a few books that I have read in the recent past and few that I intend to read soon. So the first one that I recently read was Han Kang's The Vegetarian, and I think I did speak about it, I'm forgetting, but anyway. The Vegetarian deals with themes of mental illness, it deals with themes of sexual abuse, patriarchy, gendered violence. It's told in three parts from different perspectives. Quite dark, so I would not recommend it to anybody. If you are not mentally or emotionally not in a good space, I would not recommend that to anybody, to be honest. It is barely 200 pages. It's quite a short read, but for me I took more time than I should have reading this book because of the content of the book, because it was quite heavy. Having said that, it's a beautifully written book. Han Kang also got the Nobel Prize for Literature this year. She is the first Asian woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. So that is a great win for Asian women, Asian writers. And all in all, I felt that in parts the protagonist, without giving too much away of the book, I would say that it does not want the reader to be uncomfortable, because it does ask a few uncomfortable questions. It questions societal dictates, societal norms and regulations. So it is definitely an uncomfortable read, but I would highly recommend if you are looking into delving deep into Han Kang's writing, if you want to start off with or if you want to read any Korean literature available in English. So yeah, I also have read that it's not a very appropriate translation, but that's the one that is available for the book, and Han Kang herself agreed to the publishing of the English version of her book. So it is as close to the Korean book. So yeah, if you are interested in The Vegetarian, do pick that up. And I am very happy. I'm genuinely happy that women are getting the recognition in fields of literature as they deserve. So yeah, great win for female writers. The second book that I just finished reading this morning, my Salinger Year by Joanna Rakoff. Yes, by Joanna Rakoff. This is a memoir. It's a memoir by Joanna, who chronicles her 1 year of working in this agency which worked for J.D. Salinger. Salinger. Anyway. And the other day, I told this to my friends as well. The other day, I was reading this in the metro while going to the university, and there was this one person who, and I have just read Catcher in the Rye by Salinger. So while reading this book about this person working in the agency which worked for Salinger, she chronicles her journey. But I was reading this in the metro, and the person in front of me one day, I think 2 days ago, that person was reading Catcher in the Rye, and I couldn't stop smiling at the miracle of something like this even happening, and it just made me so happy. It just and to think about the coincidences of life, and the small connections that we share as human beings. I don't know, it just brought a big smile to my face that day in the metro. So anyway, Joanne writes about her journey working in that agency, which worked for Salinger, and how strict he was about not about his clause and rules about publishing and stuff like that. But Joanne talks about her work as an assistant, where she responded to fan mails for Salinger, where she had to type up things for her boss and the agency, and how she finds her voice as a poet. She talks about her relationship with this almost borderline narcissistic boyfriend. She also talks about her relationship to the city, to books, and I have been sort of high in this high after reading this book, because I myself am envisioning this New York City writer lifestyle, and it makes me happy. So it did make me happy. So yeah, I would highly recommend my Salinger year. The other two books that I got from the library, the first one is The Diary of Frida Kahlo. Yeah, it's a very pretty cover. Yeah, right. Yep, if you can. Yeah, it's quite heavy actually. There are essays, there are a lot of her illustrations as well, if you can see. So yeah, she's of course written in Spanish, which I cannot read, but there is the translation towards the end. I have not gotten to that part yet. And I also picked up her biography, Frida Kahlo's biography, by Hayden Herrera, if you can see. Yeah. So yeah, these are the two books that I am very excited to start. I don't know, I picked these two up because I have been meaning to read about Kahlo just beyond Wikipedia, so I picked up these books from the library, and I do intend to hopefully visit her museum actually in Mexico someday. So there's also that hidden incentive that I have, that I want to read Kahlo, to visit her museum in Mexico. Her home has been I think transformed into a museum. So yeah, that's something that I'm excited to read this coming weeks. So these are some of the books that I have read and are planning to read. Please do leave any recommendation if you have for the winter, any cozy cute reads for me. I think I would like to read some books that are light, which are not traumatic, because it took me a while to get out of the vegetarian. So and for the winter with seasonal depression and cloudy weather, I would like to read things that are warm, light and happy. So do leave your recommendations down, and I'll see you in the next video.